Hello everyone and welcome here. In this tutorial, you will get to know that how sales forecasting in advanced ordering solution helps to estimate the future revenue for your business. Well, as the business grows with large SKUs and multiple warehouses, there is an increase of risk too because of the increase in financial investments involved. So, possessing an automated process that not only helps in knowing future of your business and predicting its revenue generation for upcoming weeks, months, and sometimes even years, but also helps to do analysis on future prediction is crucial to reduce such risk tendencies. While advanced ordering solution developed by Setu Consulting Services Private Limited facilitates with sales forecasting functionality too, in addition to order point and real demand, which not only helps to predict future revenue generation by estimating future sales, but also helps to predict sellings of seasonal products too, whose demand fluctuates throughout the year. Additionally, various analytical reports are also helpful when comparing actual sales against forecast sales, thereby evaluating the accuracy of prediction of future sales. So let us now switch over to advanced ordering in Odoo and see these various functionalities of sales forecasting. So here I am on dashboard of Odoo and switching to advanced reordering. Well, in tutorial of reorder with real demand of advanced reordering, I explained that how it helps you to calculate which product with what right quantity to be stocked in which warehouse using history sales method of demand calculation, which uses past sales history of the products that I select here in this products menu. So now over here let us see that how this forecast sales method of demand calculation will help you to calculate right amount of future sales of these products. Also for seasonal products, that too for multiple warehouses simultaneously. All in one, you can say that this forecast sales method of demand calculation will help you to calculate which product from which warehouse with what right quantity can be sold in future, and thus overcoming the fluctuations in demand of these products that I select here, and also maintaining optimum inventory in warehouses. So I have selected forecast sales method over here, and say for example I am reordering these products from 1st of the October 2021, and I want to calculate future sales of the products that I select here for next 3 months, that is October, November and December month of the year 2021. So for that, I will enter 90 over here as coverage days. And then let me select products. So as an example, I am selecting 15-watt LED, computer table and faucets. So future sales of these three products will be calculated. Next is to select warehouse group in this configurations menu. Well, again, as explained in previous tutorial, that say for example your company possesses 5 warehouses, but at present you want to calculate future sales of the products you selected here only for 3 warehouses. So you can create warehouse group of your own choice. For that, switch to warehouse group in this configurations menu, which is explained in previous tutorial of reorder with real demand. So over here, let me select the warehouse group that I had already created, that is ABC warehouse group. It possesses 2 warehouses, namely Setu Trading and Central Warehouse. And say for example, I want to keep this products at present at Setu Trading warehouse. So I will select that warehouse as default warehouse. And these products will take 1 day to reach at my this warehouse. So I will enter 1 over here as lead days. You can see over here now that forecast quantity of the products that I have selected here for this warehouses, that is Setu Trading and Central Warehouse of this warehouse group, that is ABC, will be calculated from 2nd of October 2021 to 30th of December 2021. But before going ahead in this process, it is necessary to see that forecast quantity of all these products individually for all these 3 months, that is October, November and December month of the year 2021, and for both these warehouses is calculated. So for that, switch to sales forecast in this sales forecasting menu. So I am switching over there. So here you can see the list of products for which forecast quantity is calculated, while fiscal period indicates the months of the year for which forecast quantity of this product belonging to this warehouse is calculated. Once this month of this year is completed, Actual sales quantity of this product belonging to this warehouse can be updated here so that you can compare the difference between forecast quantity and actual sales quantity of this product, which can help you to take further decisions in your business to avoid overstock and out of stock nightmares. So if I group by fiscal period, then you can see over here that for every month of the year 2020, forecast quantity of all the products is calculated. But the products that I have selected in real demand, and for the months, that is October, November and December month of the year 2021, it is not calculated. So to calculate the forecast quantity of these products and for the month and year of your choice, it is necessary to create fiscal period of that year. So for that, switch to fiscal year in this configurations menu, and let me create fiscal year for the year 2021. So I will name it as 2021, even the code as 2021. And say for example, I want to create fiscal period for every month of the year 2021. So I will select start date as 1st of the Jan 2021 and end date as 31st of December 2021 and create monthly period. So over here you can see that fiscal period for every month of the year 2021 is created. So now let me calculate forecast quantities of the products. So switching back to sales forecast again and creating forecast quantity. Well, selecting products from this long list over here and calculating forecast quantity individually for all these products becomes a very tedious task. Not to worry over here, because you can calculate individual forecast sales of the products, but for all together by switching to import export sales forecast functionality in this sales forecasting. So I am switching over there, a wizard opens. Well, you can also export the details about products for which forecast quantity is already calculated, which can further be used in your business. To calculate forecast quantity, choose import option. Again in that, by selecting file import, you can import the details about the products over here of your choice. But for that, the description should be in the same as it is mentioned over here in this sample file. So at present, let me auto create sales forecast of the products and for the months that I have taken over here as an example. So to calculate sales forecast, again two different methods, that is history sales and forecast sales, is available. Well, here let me remind you that we are calculating individual forecast quantity of all products. So if say for example you are selecting history sales method, then it will use past sales history of those products. And as an example, if you are calculating individual forecast quantity of the products using forecast sales, then say for example you want to calculate forecast quantity of the products like as I had taken an example of 15 watt LED, computer table and faucets, and that for the months October, November and December month of the year 2021. So I will choose over here in target period as October, November and December months of the year 2021. So forecast quantity of these products individually for all these months, that is October, November and December months of 2021, will be calculated using forecast sales method. So what it will do, this method forecast sales will use previous forecast quantity values of these products and calculate forecast quantity for these upcoming months. So again in forecast sales, two different methods, namely normal forecast and seasonal forecast, are available. Say for example, you want to calculate forecast quantities for woolen clothes in your warehouse. Then we all know that sales of these woolen clothes would be at its peak during winter months only. It is not constant throughout the year. So for such products, choose seasonal forecast method. What it does, that if I am calculating forecast quantity of such seasonal products, say for example for this month, that is October, November and December month of 2021, then it will use past forecast sales quantity data of these products but for previous year and this same month, that is October, November and December month of the year 2020, and it will calculate forecast quantity for this upcoming months, that is October, November and December month of the year 2021. Say for example, for non-seasonal products, you can use normal forecast too. But for that, now you need to choose fiscal period over here. That say for example, you can select like this of you want to select this fiscal period from June 2020 to December 2020. I am taking over here as an example. So what it will do, it will use forecast quantity data of this year 2020 from June to December month and calculate forecast quantity for this target period months for these products. If I have chosen forecast sales method. If history sales method is used, then past sales history of these products for this month, that is fiscal period, will be considered, and future prediction of these products for this month, that is target period over here, will be calculated. So at present over here, let me select forecast sales method only, and in that for normal forecast, and over here again let me select the same months. Well, you can do that too also, that is from October to December of 2020. Consider the forecast quantity of this fiscal period and calculate forecast quantity for this target period for the products I have selected here. Now let me select warehouses, that is I am selecting Setu Trading and Central Warehouse and calculating forecast quantity. So switching back to sales forecast and grouping it by fiscal period, you can see over here now that for October, November and December month of the year 2021, forecast quantity of each product for each warehouse and each month, that is October, November and December month, and as I had selected target period for these 3 months, is calculated. But over here, if you could observe that forecast quantity of this faucets product is calculated only for Setu Trading Warehouse for all 3 months, that is October, November and December month. But for Central Warehouse, it is missing. It is because if I switch to, again I am grouping it by warehouse too, and then if I switch to October, November and December months of year 2020 and switch to Central Warehouse, then you can see over here that forecast quantity of the product, that is faucets, is not there over here as data in this month, that is October, November and December months of the year 2020, which I had chosen as a fiscal period. So if there is no data available of the product faucets for Central Warehouse, then when I calculate forecast quantity for this month, that is October, November and December month of the year 2021, then it won't be calculated for Central Warehouse. Well, it is again totally dependent on users. So now, once the individual forecast of these products for the selected months and the warehouses is calculated, let us now switch to reorder with real demand again and see that how demand calculation now can be performed by forecast cells. So over here I am again selecting forecast cells method and I am reordering these products from 1st of the October 2021. I am considering 90 as coverage days, that is to calculate future sales for next 3 months, October, November and December month of 2021, and I am purchasing these products from Ajanta Furniture. So as vendor I will select Ajanta Furniture. Let me select again same products like 15-watt LED, computer table and faucets. Again in warehouse group, let me select ABC warehouse group, default warehouse as Setu Trading, and it takes 1 day to reach at my this Setu Trading warehouse. And then saving this data. Let me validate it. So once you validate, you can see over here that two different columns, namely demand calculation and missing forecast cell, is generated. So now again in demand calculation, let us see that what each this parameter, that is free quantity, incoming transit cells, stock after transit, coverage days cells, and to be ordered describes. Well, these things is same as that explained in reorder with real demand for history cells method in this demand calculation. But let us just recall it very fast over here. So free quantity describes the quantity that is already available at warehouse. Incoming quantity defines the quantity that will reach at warehouse during these days. And transit cells defines the quantity that will be sold during the lead day. As I had considered over here one as lead day. So as an example, if you take, then faucets will be sold for this one day with 12 number of quantities. So if you add incoming quantity to free quantity and subtract this transit cells quantity from free quantity, you will get stock after transit. So once this lead day is completed and the products has reached to the warehouse, that is Setu Trading I have selected over here as default warehouse, but this calculation will also consider quantities for central warehouse, as I have included those two warehouses in this warehouse group ABC. So switching again back to this demand calculation. So now we know that what is stock after transit quantity displayed. Interest over here arises to know that how actually this coverage days cells is calculated here in this forecast cells method. Well, for that I will have to switch to sales forecast menu. But over here, let me just say you that this coverage days cells defines that this product, that is faucets, for this 90 days for this warehouse group, that is ABC, which includes Setu Trading and Central Warehouse, is 1088.99. So that means for this 90 days you require 1088.99 quantities of this product, that is faucets. So let us see over here that how this coverage days sales is calculated. So let me switch to sales forecast. So I am switching to sales forecast and then grouping it by products, fiscal period, and then okay. So I have calculated this. Let me switch to again real demand and see that I have calculated this future sales for these 3 months, that is October, November and December month of the year 2021 for these products. So here as an example I have considered faucets. So again switching to sales forecast, and you can see here that forecast quantity of this faucets product for Setu Trading Warehouse is 366.67. So I am switching to this product. So average daily forecast quantity of this product, that is faucet, for this fiscal period, that is October 2021, is 11.83. So 11.83 into 30 plus, I am switching to November month, then it is 12.66. So 12.66 into number of days of this November month 2021, that is 30, plus if I switch to faucets for December month, then it is again 11.83. So 11.83 into 30. So likewise, average daily forecast quantity into total number of days of this fiscal period plus average daily forecast quantity into 30 days for November month and average daily forecast quantity into number of days of October month. That will give me this value, that is coverage days sales, that is 1088. So this coverage days sales now defines that average daily forecast of the product is calculated in sales forecast, and this is the quantity, that is 1088 is the quantity that actually you should have on hand in your warehouse for this 90 days. So you will not suffer overstock or out of stock nightmares. But out of this quantity, this stock that is already present at my warehouse, that is stock after transit, and it is 890.17. So I should not reorder this much quantities. So the difference between coverage days sales and stock after transit will give me this value, that is demand. So actually the demand of this product at present, if I want to keep stock in my warehouses, that is Setu Trading and Central Warehouse, for 90 days is actually 198.82. So rounding it, I get 199. So you can say like this, that for warehouse group ABC, which possesses two warehouses, Setu Trading and Central Warehouse, you require 199 number of quantities for these faucets to keep stock for 90 days. So isn't it great now over here that this to be ordered quantity defines the number of quantities, that is the actual one, which will help you to avoid out of stock and overstock nightmares, because all these parameters like what is the free quantity already present at warehouse, what is stock after transit quantity remaining in the warehouse, and what is actual quantity, that is coverage days sales that you require in your warehouse. All these parameters are considered, and then this to be ordered quantity is finalized. So this is not the random one. It actually calculates the quantity based on real demand of the products. So forecast sales method again will help you to keep the optimum inventory of stock in your warehouses. And now if I verify it and create purchase order, then you can see over here that if I switch to this purchase order, you can see over here that as only faucets were supposed to be placed for order and for the quantity 199. So purchase order of only this product will be created. Well, again, the further procedure of this functionality is same as of purchase of Odoo. So isn't it great now that using sales forecast you have placed in purchase order of accurate quantity that will neither let you face overstock or out of stock nightmares? Well, as said previously, that this solution not only calculates or predict the future sales of the products, but various analytical reports available for sales forecasting will also help you to analyze and judge the predictions about the future sales of the products. So to see that, let me switch to sales forecast report. So here you can see the list of products for which forecast quantity was calculated, and for every month the forecast quantity is displayed. Well, such type of analytical reports will help you to compare that actually, for example, for this LED, in January month of the year 2020, the forecast quantity, that is the sales of this product, can be 213, whereas it is reduced in the month of February. Again, in March it is same. Then in April again it is lessened by few numbers. So likewise, such analytical reports can be helpful in comparing the forecast quantities between different months of the year. And now if you switch to this forecast versus actual sales, as already discussed in this tutorial previously, that it will help you to again compare that this was the forecast quantity that you were predicting that this will be sold in the upcoming months, and once that month is completed the actual sales quantity can be known, and directly you can compare like this, that for example, again for this 15-watt LED, in the month of January of the year 2020, you had predicted that it can be sold up to 213 and the actual sales was 287. So such comparison will now help you that there are some changes, or there is a little of increment or growth in these sellings. So next time for the next month or upcoming days, again you can increase the stock in your warehouses. Likewise, if you switch to, for example, further in this, you can see over here that I had calculated over here in this tutorial the forecast quantities for October, November and December month, which are remaining to pass. So for that, actual sales quantity is not updated. Well, Once this month pass, the question here arises that how this actual sales quantity will be updated here. So again switching to fiscal year, and I had created this 2021 as fiscal year. So you can see over here that for this year and the month, that is October, November and December month, I had calculated forecast quantities using forecast sales method for demand calculation. So here the update actual sales button will be activated. Once this month is completed, I just need to come over here and click update actual sales. So the actual sales of this month for this year will be updated in this sales forecasting list also, and even in reports also. So switching again back to sales forecast report, and going ahead with those months, you can see over here and compare like this, that okay, for a 15 watt LED in the month of October, November and December of the year 2020, the future sales is same for all months. So there is no increment or decrement in demand. Whereas if you take an example of this, let me see the name of this product. It is faucets. Yes. So for faucets, you can see that the selling of this product is increased to some values in November month as compared to October month. So likewise, this forecast sales method will help you to predict the upcoming month's selling, whether there might be increment or decrement, and thus you can take necessary decisions on how much of the stock to keep in your warehouses. So thank you for listening till now, and for any queries you can contact us through details mentioned in the description below.